Right, this is just a quick video of the Icotec GC500, which is there, and that's the remote for it. Now I've got it set on rabbit call, and it's got a claimed range of 300 yards. So, voila, a field. Just as you can see, this first field, then the hedge, then the next field, the row of maize there is 200 yards. So I'm going to walk up to there with the caller, and my son's going to stay here and wave his arms to make sure it's still working. So we're going to try to see how far we can get with it, and I've put the aerial up. So I'm just going to jump over the fence and then walk, and I'll just press play now. So there we go, so that's working. So I'll just set that to what I usually use, which is a rabbit call, which is that. So that's what I'm going to use, and like I say, my lad's going to wave his arms when it's working, so I'm going to go for a walk. There we go. Right, so what I'll first do is just go the other side of this hedge here, which is about 75 yards, 80 yards. Like I say, right over there is the maize. So again, that should hopefully give some indication of the claim range. To be fair, I'm never going to use it to that sort of distance, but it's always nice that if somebody says it can be used at that sort of distance, then why not try it? I think that's the basically it. Like I say, so far I've used it. I've had about 3 or 4 foxes with it. It's a good piece of kit, really good piece of kit, really easy to program, really clear on the calls, works dead well. Very, very impressed with it so far. Like I say, I've not had it that long to really give it a full indication of actually how good it is, but so far it does work. And as you can see here, here's a nice fox run. And I did see here a couple of nights ago a couple of foxes. They actually came through the other day when I was actually standing in a similar position to where they were. So, right, I'm going to go over there, and as you see, that's the house over there. That's probably 120 yards, I would say. So here we go, press play. Yeah, he's waving. I know you can't pick it up. I'm not sure if you can pick it up. What I'll try and do is just zoom in, if I can. If that'll let me. No. Doesn't matter. Right. He was just waving then. So I'll go back up here a little bit more. And to be fair, I could hear it at that distance anyway. So I know to this tree is 130 yards, so I'll go up to, I know that bottom of that maize there is 200 yards, halfway up the big oak tree, that is 360, but I'm not going to go that far. So what I'll do is I'll just go to the top of this bank here, try it again there. Oh, there goes a rabbit running across the field. Sod's Law says I'll see a bloody fox in a minute. The only thing I can shoot it with is a bloody camera. Hey-o, such is life. Right, that is almost 200 yards. So I'll go to here because it actually drops down a little bank. And there we have, in the field, is a hare, which you can't quite see on that, or is that yeah, right. So I'll press play. Yeah, he's waving. Yeah, so that is that is 185. So let me just go back down here. So we'll be out of sight here, whereas I come up the other side of the bank, it should pick him up again. Quite another good feature on this remote is, if I just get to stop a second, is the actual illumination on it. If I press that button there, it actually glows a real faint red, which at night, brilliant. Really easy to use. As you can see, all the buttons there. I've got it on a favourites list. If I just go to that, there, favourites, press that, it goes back onto the whole call list that's on there. I think on the minute there's about 181 calls of all sorts, but I've just put the ones that I would mainly use, which are there. So literally just scroll down, rabbit call, that's the one I mainly use. Seems to be working real well. So let me just again go up to the maze. So this is about, well, no, this isn't about, it's about 210 yards here. So that is a fair, that's a fair distance. Right. Again, you're not going to pick him up with the camera, but I can see him. So again, you can see the house, so yeah, he's waving. Bloody hell. That's good. Right. Let's see what we can do. Let's go further. Right, there's a big oak tree here, which is 380 yards. Because right at the top of this field, from that position where the GC500 was, is 480 yards. I'm not going to go that far because I can't be bothered, and there's no way I'm going to place a caller that far and shoot anyway. So right, this is 380 yards by this tree. So again, what I'll do is pan back to the house. Again, you can see the house. Again, you're not going to pick up my lad, but I can see him with my eyes. So I press play, and he's waving. Oh, bloody hell. Now that's I can't believe that. I'm bloody gobsmacked. Right, I'll tell you what, let's keep going. Trouble is, in a minute I'm actually going to be out of sight. I'm not going to be able to see my lad, so I'll just go up a little bit more. It's a fair bloody piece of kit, this is, for the money, I tell you. Compare it to everything else like Fox Pros. Right, I've probably only gone, I'll tell you what, let's go a little bit further because I can't actually see him there. Oh. Bit of a bank here. Right, nearly at the top of this field. This is well over 300 yards. Well over 300 yards. Right, there's the house down there. Press play, which is there. And he's bloody waving. Hey? Bloody hellfire. Well, I wish this bloody camera phone had zoomed in. I'd show you him waving. But I swear on my kids' lives, my wife's life, everybody I know's life, my lad's waving at that distance. Right, here we go again. Press it again. Yeah, he's waving again. Hey? Bloody hell. That is something else. I'm not gonna, well, I will go a little bit further actually. Go another little bit further. I know the very top of this field, like I say, is nearly 500 yards. Right. Ooh. Another nice fox run there. I think I might be having some fun tonight. Right. Here we go again. I've only gone a little bit further, but here we go. Right. That is the remote. Press the button. And he's waving. Bloody hell. Well, there you go. I know that's not a completely scientific test, but for the money that's cost me, and for the features and the actual distance it's operating, that is seriously good piece of kit. Very good piece of kit. But I know a lot of people will say, well, you don't need to be putting your call out that far. No, you don't. I never said you did. But if a manufacturer is claiming it'll do something, then why not test it? That's what it's there. They're saying it's going to do that distance, so I'm going to test it. And it's just proved to me it's well over 300 yards. Yeah, it's a clear line of sight. Whether that aids things, don't really know. Not really bothered. Maximum distance I'm probably going to be using this 100 yards, 120 yards, but at least at that distance I know it's going to be 100% foolproof in its operation. So yeah, really pleased. Sorry it's a little bit of a long video, because it is a little bit of a long walk, but at least I can say hand on heart, and I think probably Icotec and Best Foxcall, where I actually got it from Rockhampton, can actually say hand on their hearts now. Yeah, it does exactly what it says on the tin. Spot on. Thanks for watching, and hopefully if I bag anything tonight, I'll get some pics. Thanks very much for watching. Cheers.